Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will discuss a basic formula of logarithm, which is the log of product. So let us first discuss what is a logarithm. So logarithm is an inverse function of an exponential function. So if we have got the equation which is written as log a to the y. So if we find the log of y on base a, if you get x, it means in exponential form we can write it as that a to the x, a raised to the x should be equals to the y. So these both equation means same thing, but they are inverse to each other. How? Here we can clearly see that if you want to find the log of y, you are getting x, but you have got the x and you are getting y from that expression. So the logarithm is an inverse function of the exponential function, or exponential function is the inverse of a logarithm. So this is our logarithm and this is our exponential. So I have got in habit of writing a here, so therefore I have written like that. Now let's derive a formula which is log a m into n, which is equals to the log of a m plus log a n. So this is a basic formula which we say the log of a product, which is the sum of their individual logs. Now we want to derive this formula. So let us start. This is the formula we want to derive. So derivation starts from here. So we have to assume certain things to derive this formula. So what are those things? So first of all, those things is we have to assume that the log of m on base a is the value of x. So this is the basic form of n. We have assumed that if the log of m is the x. Now this is our equation number 1. Now take log of on base a n is y. So we have got another assumption which says if we take the log of n on the base a, you will get the value of y. So we can convert these logarithm equations into the exponential equations by easily simply write it as on the base a x. If you write the base a and raise it to the x, you will get the value of y. We can simply write it as m a raised to the x. It means if you raise a to the x, you would get simply y. Similarly, you can write it as n equals to the if you a raised to the y. So we have got these two equations. We will label it as equation A and this equation as equation B. Now we want to derive this formula. So you can clearly see that this formula is the product of these two logs. So log of a product can be derived by simply multiplying equation A and equation B. So if you multiply equation A and B, you will get, so whenever we multiply certain equations, we will multiply the left hand side with the left hand side and right hand side with the right hand side. So our equation would become m into n. So we have multiplied m with the n and we have got a raised to the x plus, or multiply, we have multiplied these two terms, a raised to the y. So now we have got a basic form which is m into n, a raised to the x and into a raised to the y. Now we want to find the logarithm of this product, which is this logarithm of this product. So what we have to do now, we have to take the log on base a on both sides. So what we will do, we will take log on base a on both sides. So our equation would become log a m into n. So we have taken log of this side and now log of right hand side, which would become a to the x multiplied by a raised to the y. Now if you can see here, we have got the multiplication of a same base with the different power. So this multiplication can be carried out by a simple formula, which is if you have got a to the m multiplied by a to the n, it means you have got same base and the different exponents. You would get a power m plus n or a m raised to the n. So whenever the base is same and the both are multiplying, their power should be added simultaneously. So we can write it as log of a m into n, and this side would become log of a to the x plus y, because their base are same and they are multiplying. Now what we have to do now? We have to just simply, we can see that the log of a on base a, which is simply 1, because a log of any number on its own base should be always equals to the 1. So we can write it as log of x on base x should always be equals to the 1. So we will get the value of a into a just simply 1, and this the exponent will carry it as the coefficient. This can be also solved by the help of the formula, but we haven't derived that formula yet. So we will just derive it directly by saying that the log of x on a base x is simply 1. So we will write it as log of a m into n simply is equals to the a base and a log cancels out. You will simply get x plus y. Now we have got an equation where the product of a log of any product is equals to the x plus y. But you can clearly see that the equation number 1 clearly says the value of x is the log of m on base a. We will write it as x is equals to the log of a on log of m on base a, and y log of n on base a. So substitute values of x and y in equation 3rd. So here it is our equation 3rd. So what we are going to do is we will just simply substitute these values in equation number 3. So our equation will become log of m into n on base a would be equals to the log of a m. Why? We can clearly see that the x is equals to the log of a into m, and we will just add it to the log of n on base a.